Hello and welcome to a Mafex review. This is my first Mafex. I reviewed a bootleg one, Stormtrooper, a long time ago. This is my first official Mafex from Medicom Time DC Wonder Woman. This is set number 48 of Mafex Wonder Woman action figure. And this is based on her look in the Wonder Woman movie, not Justice League or BVS. And yeah, Mafex is known for breakable joints, and as well as certain figures releasing multiple versions of, and I can see why now, because this version can definitely use a version 2 right now. I've only messed around with it like a little bit of time, just the small amount of time I messed around with it. I already know I don't like it. The reason why I ordered this was when I pre-ordered it, Bandai had not announced that they were releasing SH Figuarts version of Wonder Woman yet, and when they did that, I pre-ordered the Bandai SH Figuarts 1, and when that comes here, I'm going to compare it with this one, and I'm going to get rid of this one on eBay, because I can tell you right now, I already kind of don't like this figure. But yeah, pretty big box, a lot of air inside. I'm guessing so far I think every Mafex box I've seen is the same size, so there's some reason for that, but this just seems like a really massively empty box. The box is okay. Quick look at the back here, it shows you different poses and different accessories you have, and the box is very colorful, also kind of tacky in a weird way, and the backing, there's no backing card, it's directly printed onto the box itself, so it's double-sided printed, and you have a little Wonder Woman logo thing going on there. Inside the box we have a figure stand, which is nice. I'm gonna assume every Mafex comes with a figure stand, because the bootleg one Stormtrooper did. And we have the tray here. No instructions whatsoever, so just fine, I guess. You can probably guess how to play around with this figure. It's not too complicated, but just even for newcomers to figures like these, just take a little bit of time and you should know what you're doing. So apart from the fists already attached to her torso, you also have spray open hands, lasso holding hands, and sword holding hand. We have a lasso that straps onto her belt, like belt strap thing. Lasso in sort of a transparent plastic, so it looks kind of like it's glowing. And we have a sword, shield, and the alternate sort of angry head. The quick size comparison, we have Figma on the right and SH Figuarts on the left, and you can see that she matches closer to the Figma scale, as well as what DC and Marvel Western figures 1/12 scale. So she would fit your Western figures if you have those. So, articulation, we have a single neck joint. There's a ball peg. So full rotation, and hair made out of soft plastic, so it shouldn't get in the way too much. Look down, look up, sideways, and full rotation. Almost, there we go. Shoulder has a double socket joint thing going on. I think it's a ball peg inside on a hinge, so arm can go up, down, full rotation, kinda. And man, what an ugly joint. This is bad. Double elbow joint, and hand is on a peg and swivel, no ball peg on the end. And hip joint is quite loose. See that? Got a top one joint there, two joints. So up, down. That's a loose joint. Sideways. Come on. Get back in. Oh dear, this is going to be annoying. Come on. Legs go sideways a lot. It's good, I guess. Forward, backwards, and got a double ball hinge thing, so you can go down and up, like some of the older SH Figuarts, and a slight rotating joint down until it gets caught on the hip piece. That's hard plastic underneath, soft plastic on top. That's not glued or touch anything, so it goes all over the place. Double knee joint, pretty effective, and foot is on a swivel joint, so hard to get it to go sideways. Is that maybe sideways? No. Kinda, a little bit. Nothing underneath the boots, no toe joints. Let's go on with the positives first. The shield looks quite nice and it's functional. The strap on here are soft plastic, so they don't break. So that's okay, I guess. The sword too is also pretty decent, so that's okay. And the lasso that's tied up looks kind of like a Lasso too, so those are okay. That's where the positive ends, because let's start with the molding. The molding is pretty bad. I mean, if you look at the other Lasso, you see that little peg right there? See that? See that? That's a molding injection peg. What is this, a model kit? Should I be cutting my own figure out? Let's not end there. Look at this plastic runoff right here. That's pretty bad. Zoom a bit more. Plastic runoff. Pretty bad plastic runoff. And that's not... Also, the same goes with the rest of the molding. The details just aren't there. And this strap is pretty poor. On the back here, there's a hole where you're supposed to put the sword in. This doesn't want to fit. In fact, I'm afraid of snapping the sword because doesn't feel like the most durable plastic. So that's as far as it will go on the back, which is ridiculous and terrible. And molding detail wise, why is there molding injection line right on the front of the boot? They didn't even bother to sand it down or make sure it wasn't there. It's horrible. And yeah, so those are the main molding problems. The shape itself is all pretty ugly. There's not enough joints compared to something like an SH Figuarts, and pretty obvious joints as well. The plastic used for the skin color is also pretty... I mean, yeah, it's skin colored plastic, but they haven't painted the skin color at all, and you're left with something with a very plasticky looking face. At least with the SH Figuarts, they paint over the plastic first and then they print on the face afterwards. The molding detail on her tiara thingy here is also very blurry and just hard to make out. So that's the molding problem. Let's go on to the paint job. It is utterly sloppy. Look at this arm right here. Skin colored. The spray has gone way out of line. It's gone all over the skin. If you look at her little cape piece there, the gold is completely messy. It's just doesn't go all the way around the edge. We have red runoff on her leg there, and the few marks here and there that just make it look kinda ugly. Silver paint doesn't even reach the edge of the gauntlet, so you got some flesh colored stuff going on there. And when you look down on her boots, the supposed to be, I get it, they painted this entire boot with gold first and the metallic red and whatnot, and they paint the skin color on afterwards, and the skin color also doesn't reach the edge, so just weird cut off down there. And not to mention, this joint is hideous. For the price that you're paying for, you're better off getting something from Mezco or the SH Figuarts figure that's coming out. And if quality is not too big of a concern for you, you might as well save some money and just get the Mattel version from DC Legends, DC Multiverse line, or whatever DC line that's come out with. It just have a better experience than this. It's got bad molding. There's even some weird hairline scratch marks all over the mold on her tummy piece, which is just very amateurish. The joints are bad. There's not enough joints. Some joints are too loose. The paint job is utterly sloppy, and you got plastic runoffs all over it. I guess there's one more plus side. You can remove that strap from her torso if you just remove her head, and then because it's soft plastic, it can come off. But yeah, this is quite possibly the last Mafex I will ever get. No matter if any other Japanese sort of toy company doesn't release a particular character I like, I'm just gonna skip it. Yes, Bandai doesn't have Scarecrow coming out from Batman Begins, and Mafex does, but at this point, who cares? If I pay that much money for a figure, I expect a quality figure, and I'm not getting it. I feel like I'm paying all this quality for a kid's toy, and that shouldn't be the case. This is a horrible figure. Plus, if you know this figure by reputation, then the Mafex figures tend to have a problem with snapping joints. Now, this hasn't happened with me so far, but a lot of previous figures, such as even figures like Man of Steel and the Batman from BVS, have had these problems as well. So this figure might snap in due time as well. Their most recent Spider-Man also had this snapping problem, and that's just no good. So overall, for this price, crappy figure, crappy toy line, bad company, don't get any figures from them. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and of course leave a comment below how you feel about these figures. Have you got any of these figures before from this line? How do you feel about them? Now I realize that the original Stormtrooper bootleg is actually quite high quality because it stays very close to the quality of the actual Mafex itself. As always, you can support this channel by turning ad block off. I'd appreciate that so much, and sharing this video with other people. And of course, you can also support this channel by heading over to Patreon and giving some support there. As always, you don't have to do any of that. Take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.